Hello and welcome to another episode of The Road to Champcar. This is episode 3, and like we talked about in the last episode, this episode we're going to disassemble our steering column and take a couple measurements, and we will go online, see if we can find a just native clamp like we talked about last episode to mount the steering column to the roll cage. And if not, I have a friend who has a prototyping business up in Michigan. And I'll put his company and the link in the description. He does great work. But we'll see if we can go a size up and then make a couple shims to actually have a steering column ride and a bearing nice and snug. But yeah, let's just get into it. Alright guys, so here we are. All I gotta do is there is a retention nut, I think it's a 10 mil, that actually holds the slip yoke onto the shaft and it goes through the firewall. Cut these 4 zip ties. I'll pop the steering wheel off now. And then the entire column comes out. So yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully you guys can see me. I got a new, well, I mean, for me it's a toy. I got some new lights and a new tripod, so hopefully the video quality will be a little bit higher than it was previous. But yeah, it's just, you know, things are moving in the right direction with this channel, with this car. Hopefully my dashboard will get in soon. I think, well, to be honest, I don't know if he's mailed it or not, but hopefully it will be mailed soon. So I can at least put the plastic skin back on, and it looks a little bit more complete that way. But yeah, things are finally looking good with this build. This cage is still very nice. I really like it. You can't see it because of the way the camera's angled. Here's that nut I was talking about. It's just a little retention nut, bolt rather, but you can't see it because of the way the camera's angled. But this thing has really nice roof support, and I really like that because one of the biggest problems in building a safe race car is rollover protection. Because if you dip a wheel on the grass at like 80 miles an hour, you can overcorrect. A driver can overcorrect, have a wheel dig in, or have a fender dig in, and it just sucks the car in and you can roll it. So I'm very happy that I have good rollover protection in this car. The side protection's great. I'm pretty thrilled. So let me get some cutters real quick. I'll cut these zip ties and then I'll pull the steering column out. Alright, so I just got some scissors. Hopefully that'll work. And snip, and snip. Snip. Oh, almost. Come on. Awesome. And out she goes. Oh, just kidding. Gotta unplug stuff. I have an idea. I'll do the smart thing. Rather than shove the bit on the end of the tool, let me just see if it fits first. Almost like I've done this before. Barely. Alright, that fits. Cool. There we go. So that right there, what I'm taking off, is, I believe, I honestly don't know, and that's not really a good thing, to not know what you're taking off, but this is, I believe, the ignition module that actually gives resistance to the key when you're turning it. So I actually think that needs to come off, like, full stop, because this car is going to be, at some point, I mean, it's not going to need a key to start at some point. It's going to be push button and all that. So that's just one more thing I have to pin out and see. But once I get this last bolt out, this column is free of the vehicle, which is great. And I can start doing stuff. Awesome. So yeah, just this ignition module. Honestly. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the... Oh, that's a switch! Haha! That's the ignition switch. Oh, that's great. I will pin that out. Get a push button start for this guy going. But yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Cool. Steering column's up. Come on. Oh, where am I hooked? I'm hooked on something somewhere. Oh, just kidding. Another clip. There we go. Alrighty, come on. Alright guys, so this is the first teardown of this steering column. I don't really know what to expect. I've never looked at one. There are no diagrams on the internet for it. Yeah, it's really kind of annoying actually, because I've probably spent, I don't know, probably half a dozen hours trying to Google different keywords and whatever to figure out what, oh, that stings. To figure out what this thing actually looks like under this cover. Fortunately, I only have 2 screws holding on this cover, here and here, but unfortunately this is too wide. So I'm going to grab my other one and get it done. Alright, this is a little narrower. Let's see what we got. And they are, at least in my case, they are Phillips screws. But yeah, they just... Apparently they're supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are only 2 in mine. So somebody's definitely been in here before me. Probably to replace the key mechanism, because those tend to go bad. And this car has 170,000 miles on it, and it's 23 years old, so it doesn't surprise me that I am not the first. Let's get this guy off and rip this bad mamma jamma out. Come on, all the way, all the way. Thank you. Alright, what do we got here? So we got what looks like electronics for the turn switch, the mechanical latch for the telescoping and tilt. Key switch is right here, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't see a way, and that's mildly concerning, a way to physically remove... Oh, because that's right. Shoot. My original plan might actually have a significant flaw to it because of the telescoping mechanism. So this steering shaft has now 3 U-joints. There's one here, one U-joint right here. There's now a U-joint that goes from that through the firewall, so that's 2. And then there's a U-joint in here, in this housing, for the telescopic. For the tilt, pardon me, not the telescopic. But, let's see. So I might actually have to come up with a different game plan. Hey guys, so I'm not in front of the camera for this one, but here I am looking at the mount that I created in Inventor, in CAD, for the Mustang steering column support. It's pretty simple. So right here, and there's a second mount, so there are 2 of these that you're seeing on screen. Right here and here, mount the pre-existing holes on the steering column, and right here, it actually attaches to the dash bar. And it is a cinch fit, so this is a 165-degree sweep, so on this face and this face, there is about 1/8 of an inch of gap between here and here. And as you tighten those bolts down, you actually will torque this piece of plastic or metal, whatever you use, and you'll actually cinch that down, and you'll create your friction that way. So it should be a pretty easy design to manufacture and put on the car to test out. And I have my friend Bryce up in Michigan who is actually printing these for me. So, and I'll have a link to his company in the description below, but he does great work and always helps with engineering design. His company is 3D Rapid Design, and he's out of Michigan. Anything you guys need, hit him up. I'll have an email in the description for you. Seriously, if you need prototyping, check him out. He does great work. Unfortunately, that does it for this episode. It will take Bryce about a week or so to print and mail these from Michigan down to Nashville. But in the next episode, we will pick up where we left off and hopefully have a rigidly mounted steering column. Thank you. Take care.